Hey, thanks for joining The Real World Prepper. If you like what you see on this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notifications so that you'll know every time we post. Now on with the video. Hello everybody, welcome to The Real World Prepper. Behind the camera today is my good friend and subscriber JPP, and he's going to help us out with a little something today. By his request, he wanted to see an actual example of the Wise Food, my bug out bag or my go bag that we reviewed in A Simple Way to Prep, or A Simple Way to Get Started Prepping. So he wanted to know, you know, how the camp stove worked, the fuel tablets, the little cup, the water, the food, everything out of the bag. So we're gonna give that a shot today. Let's come on this way. We'll just go ahead and grab the bag. We're gonna do everything out of the bag, including the water I've already got here, the fuel tabs, the everything. We're gonna do it right out of the bag. Now these bottles of water are 16.9 ounces, and of course 8 ounces as a cup, and it says that there's a cup required per serving. And if you remember from the video, if you did watch the earlier one, each of these pouches in my 5-day survival bag include it's 5 pouches of 4 servings each. So we're going to open one pouch and take about a quarter of it out and do that. All right, so we're going to start with our collapsible camp stove. This will be my first time trying any of this stuff. So there's my camp stove, and surely it has an easy way to, there we go, like so. I wonder if I should have something under this thing, or we should just do it on the ground.
Probably on the ground.
Probably let's do it on the ground. All right. All right. Here, let's put it. We'll put it right here, and let's see if this cup is gonna fit on there the right way. That doesn't look right. I wonder if it maybe. That's it. See, you got to test your gear.
That's right.
I wouldn't know what the hell to do if I was out there, you know, if I hadn't tested this stuff. I've never put this stuff to task, you know. So today's the day.
I have to mention that it's probably a really good idea to try it out.
JPP is correct. And I have been meaning to do this, just haven't yet. So today's the day. So we're going to get our fuel tabs out and our waterproof matches. This is all part of the pack. Let's see, what is this about? Okay, that's about my aqua tabs, which are also in here. This should be simple enough. We should be able to just light one of these bitches and get her going. So, fuel tablet. It's another thing to consider with this bug out bag or go bag. There are 4 fuel tablets. Now, I don't know if they'd recommend you could break one or whatever. I might have to look into that, but if it's 5 days worth of food, that's technically 20 days worth of food if you say 5 times 4 servings. Well, or I guess not 20 days, but you get what I'm saying. But only 4 fuel tabs, not sure. But I've got some extra fuel tab, bunches of them in fact, at home. So we may have to add some of those to the bag going forward. All right, so let's take about half of this bottle of water. That's probably a little better than half. We're gonna make 1 serving today. Put our fuel tab down here. Get our waterproof matches, or fireproof matches that I said the other day. And it's kind of windy out here, hopefully. And, all right, I can tell you right now that the Wise waterproof matches have probably been wet. Because this is not, I saw a little flame. That's all right. You know what else?
Maybe we need windproof matches.
Well, along with my booze and everything, I stuck a lighter in here somewhere. Tell you what, dude. We're just going to use a lighter. okay? I do have a lighter in that bag, and I recommend, I've actually probably got 2 of them in there, but I'm not gonna go pulling all this crap out in this instance. So let's give this a shot. See if we can get our fuel tab going. All right, let's do this. JPP. Let's do this. Let's get it in here where we got no wind. I wonder if I should just do it up through the bottom. Let's see. All right, let's let that thing kind of get roasting there for a second. She's looking pretty fair, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Come on down here, that'll be all right. I think she's still going. I'm assuming. Let's come back in here. And I'm just not sure, to be real honest with you, about these things as to whether or not, if it's still burning. Super windy right now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that's going. This will be a real example, though, of
for sure,
of what you'll have to deal with, I guess, and whether or not it's any count.
You'll definitely have to build up a windbreak around it if it's windy.
Yes, indeed. And these matches are for crap.
So there you go. Now you know that you need to invest in a different
All right.
igniter.
Let's let that burn right in here for just a second. All right, tell you what, guys. We're gonna pause this video. We'll check back in just a few minutes once we have a good fire going. Okay, guys, we're back. I think we've got some good flame going here. Let's knock this little jewel over. Put our water on top of it. All right, now while that is gonna come to a boil, watch your foot there, JPP. We're going to go ahead and actually just throw this stuff back in the bag real quick. And we're gonna decide what we're gonna eat today. I also got online with Wise. I've got a contact for a salesman there I've dealt with. Again, I had never used these products, but obviously I've purchased some of this stuff. And I asked him earlier today in an online chat about opening this food and then not using all of it and coming back and using it later. You know, what were his thoughts and would it keep and all that kind of good stuff. Some other online sources that were not from Wise were saying freeze-dried or dehydrated food properly sealed back up can last, I mean, they ranged from 3 months to 3 years or whatever. The guy at Wise that I've been talking to said about 4 to 6 weeks. He said once you open a pack. We're not going to have whey milk. All right, we got Southwest beans and rice, hearty tortilla soup. Look at that.
Yeah.
We're already getting some bubbles down there. See that, guys, in the cup? So that's starting to work. We got breakfast cereal, more breakfast cereal, creamy veggie pasta. I'm thinking Southwest beans and rice.
Sounds good since it's lunchtime.
That's right. I don't want breakfast, you know? All right, so let's just put this guy back in here. I'm telling you, it is a real trick how I got all this stuff in here. So, but again, you know, it's meant to be for bugging out purposes. It's meant to ride around and not be bothered or tampered with, you know, until you need it. So again, you wouldn't be in and out of this bag all day long, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. Put that right there. All right, instructions, boil. It says 4 cups of water. We're not doing the whole thing. We're boiling 1 cup of water. Stir, add contents into boiling water and stir, turn it off the heat. Let it stand for 12 to 15 minutes. Covered. So, we can probably cover it with this box. And stirring. That's what I need, a spoon. I got a spoon in here along with my booze. So, here we go. Now, actually on the instructions too, it does say, or I don't know if it says it on the bag here, but I know on their website it says you don't even have to have hot water. You can actually do it with just water, period, and it'll reconstitute the food. But obviously, you know, if you've got a warm meal, that's, especially if it's, you know, now maybe cereal is one thing, or whey milk, but when you're dealing with Southwest beans and rice, I'm thinking you would probably want
that to be warm.
Correct. There's an oxygen absorber. We're going to just pull that out for the time being. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, guys, how about this? We're going to check back in when our water's to a boil. We'll add the contents, take it off the heat, stir it, and cover it. Hey guys, just real quick, JPP was wondering what it looked like inside this bag. Let's see if we can get where the sun. It smells good. I can tell you that. Just out of the bag. Smell that.
Oh yeah, that does smell good.
Smells good.
I'd eat it.
Mm-hmm. All right, what we're noticing here, guys, is that we think because of the wind that we're not getting direct heat on the cup. It is heating up. Oh yeah, it's definitely heating up. We might come to a boil if we wait long enough. Our time here is short for this project, so we may go ahead and dump some in here and let it ride. We'll give it another minute, but because like I said, you know, you can use this stuff cold, or eat it cold rather. All you need is water. It doesn't necessarily have to be hot water, but so we'll just check back in a minute. All right, guys, we're checking out our fuel tab. If you want to take a look, it's not burnt out, but it's burnt down. It's still putting off heat. It's been running for what do we say, 6 or 7 minutes?
Right.
Thereabouts, maybe 8. So again, for time purposes, we're gonna go ahead and add roughly a quarter of this. I'm gonna try and just, I don't have a measuring device with me, so I'm gonna just try and approximate roughly a quarter of that bag. I don't know, what do you think? I don't know.
That's about right.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Another little splash. All right, we'll stir. Is to take it off the heat. You'll bring her right up here and cover. So we're going to use this to cover. The spoon on there so maybe it doesn't blow away.
And how long does it say to cover it for?
It says 12 to 15 minutes it needs to sit there. So we will check back in 12 to 15 minutes. Okay guys, it has been roughly 12 minutes that we've left this stuff covered. A couple of things I wanted to point out before we unveil and see how this is the matches suck. Sorry wise, but at least the ones I got sucked. I'm gonna definitely supplement mine and my family's bags with multiple lighters. Maybe even one of those butane torch lighters or something. Or better matches. At any rate, the little cook stove, little cheap thing, works just fine. If you don't have one, we discovered that you could put some rocks or sticks or something together like this, put a fuel tab right down in there, and set this dude more or less right on top of that. Now, you'd obviously want to balance it out first. There we go, we're balanced. We're still not. We may have gotten our mix a little off. I'm gonna go ahead and uncover this. So I'm not sure. Let's see. I called this beans and rice. Looks a little solid in the picture. And again, we were not measuring. We were guesstimating, okay? So, a little soupy. Maybe if it sat here longer, it would constitute. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna go ahead and just give it a shot. You up for that, JPP?
Go for it.
Because even if you have to guess the mix and get it off, you know, and it's off a little bit, I can't see how a little extra water, or even if you were a little lean on water, I'm not sure how that would necessarily, you know, hurt you, as long as, let's say, these beans are soft, which by gosh they are.
Yeah, like I said, you didn't even have to heat up the water.
Right, right. So I guess conceivably, if I wanted to, I could add some more mix to this,
Thicken it up.
cover it back up, let it thicken up. Of course, I'd probably lose my heat, you know. If I wanted to reheat it, I could probably do that too, but be wasting another fuel tap, so you got to consider all these things. I'm sure you could do this over an open fire too, although there may be some instances that you don't want to have an open fire if you're trying to stay undercover. But let's give this a shot. Nice big old bite here. That's pretty damn good.
Is it good?
Yeah. You want to try it out, JPP?
Yeah, let's see what we got. Get a bean in there. Definitely could have sat in there a little bit longer, but definitely edible. Flavor's not bad. I'd definitely eat that stuck out in the middle of the woods.
Especially if that's all you had.
If that's all I had.
Well, all right, guys, this has been a review of the Wise backpack. I've already put it back in my truck, but this has been a review of actual, real usage of the food preparations and the little utensils that they use, that they include in the pack. Your camp stove, your fuel tabs, this cup. Obviously, cleanup will be an issue if you're out in the woods. You know, you don't want to waste your water with cleanup, so I've got tissues and things packed in the bag. If, you know, once I got done eating, if I were out in the woods, I might put just the tiniest splash of water in there, trying to reserve my water and just wipe it out as good as I can. You know, but again, we're talking about a temporary use with that bag and its contents in an emergency situation. So you could definitely make it happen in an emergency situation. The matches suck, the food, pretty good. And we'll check you next time on The Real World Prepper. Thanks, JPP.
You're welcome.